Get your math motivated right here with today's lesson on what is slope. And what better way to say what slope is than give a real life example of what it is. Yes, I am in my hiking gear right here. This is an example of when I climbed Mount Mansfield in Vermont. It got to a height of 4,400 feet in the air. I'll show you a pic in a little bit, but this is my visual representation of what it is. I know, it's awesome, right? So if we look, it's me climbing the mountain here, going up, huffing and puffing. Now, if we look at it, some parts look, steeper than others. And that's what slope is. It's the steepness of a line. However, in mathematics, we can actually define and find, numerically how steep the line is. So if we look over here, where looks like the steepest part? Yeah, right there. So that's going to have the greatest slope. Now, as I'm traveling, I'm like, oh, so that part I had to expend a lot of energy on. And then when I finally got to, here, as you could tell, that has the least slope. So I was pretty happy when I got to that point. It was like a little resting point. It's like, okay, I'm not going too steep right here. So that's what slope is right here. It is the steepness of a line, but what in mathematics is, what we're going to get into in a little bit, is it is the vertical change over the horizontal change. And the next... All right, before we calculate slope, I want to go over a few things right here. As mentioned before, slope is the vertical change over horizontal change. Now, what I've noticed is some people forget what vertical and horizontal is. I think horizon, horizontal all the time, and vertical up and down right here. Slope is also known as rise over run and change in y over change in x. All synonyms, but wow, let's make sense of this. Vertical change. Is my y-axis vertical? If I from here to here, is that a vertical change? Yes. There's also rise this way, you rise up or you can rise down. Change in x with run. Change in x. X is on the horizontal axis. So my change in x and my run are the same. It's also, right there I said, horizontal change. Now, there are 4 types of slope right here. And I want to make sense of this for a second. If we take 2 points on the line, because this is a constant line, doesn't matter where I choose, it's always the same steepness, right? Well, what's my vertical change? If I have to go from that point to that point, I'm going a positive. And if I'm going then to that point, my horizontal change, that's also a positive. So a positive divided by a positive, this would be a positive slope. Now, if I look at this, let's just pick any 2 points arbitrarily, and that means just make them up. So if I'm doing my vertical change here, I have to go down some direction. And when I'm going down, that's a negative. Then I have to go to the right over here to get to that point, my horizontal component, and that's a positive. Well, what's my rise? I'm going to interchange this right here. It's a negative divided by a positive. So that would be a negative slope. Now, this is a horizontal line right here. I want to pick any 2 points. Now, it doesn't matter where I start. I could say I'm going this way in the positive direction, or I could say I'm going this way in the negative direction, depending on where I start. However, my vertical change, let's do that first. Am I going up or down any? No, from here to here I'm not. So that would be a 0 divided by, now it doesn't matter which way I'm going. It's a positive or a negative. But what's 0 divided by anything? 0. So anytime you see a horizontal line, 0 slope. And let's take a look at our last one. Pick 2 points. I could say, okay, so my vertical change. I could start at the top, that's a negative. Or I could go from this one to this one, that's a positive. Doesn't matter where you start. So my vertical change in this case would be a positive or a negative. But what's my horizontal change to get from here to here? Do I go anywhere? No, it's 0. What should pop up right away? Can you divide by 0? Nope. Biggest curse word in mathematics, undefined. So that is an undefined slope. That is a zero slope. Undefined slope is a vertical line right here. There is no horizontal change. So therefore, it's not defined. All right, now it's time to actually get the slope of this line given the graph right here. That's me right there with my blue backpack, as you can see. There it is. So all we have to do is take our vertical change over our horizontal change. Now, what I want to make a point is slope is also known as the rate of change. You're going to see this a lot. So when I say slope, rate of change, meaning for every certain amount of feet I went up, I went a certain amount of feet this way. I had to have. And a couple other examples, if it's snowing outside, it's snowing 3 inches per hour. I make, $25 per hour. These are all rates of change right here. So as you can see, this is in feet and this is in feet. So let's see. Let's get my vertical change here. Well, we need 2 points, and I want to find 2 points that are nice. I like to work with integers, nice numbers. So I'm going to choose this point, and I'm going to choose this point right here. Looks like at 1, 3. Okay, so to get from here to here, I have to go up. And when I go up, that's positive. How much did I go up? 1, 2, 3. That's a positive 3. Now to get to here, oh no, I just sawed myself in half. I went over a positive 1. So slope is my rise over run, or my change in y, which was 3, my change in x, which was 1. So my slope is 3 feet per every 1 feet. So anytime I went up 3 feet, I traveled the distance of 1 feet horizontally right there. And you can see, even if I pick 2 points here, I'd be up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, because it was constant right there. So in real life, when I was on that mountain, just at that specific steepest point, if it was on that steady constant incline, it would be that slope right there. So that was my rate of change right there. All right, now that I went up the mountain, I just want to do down the mountain. Just by looking at this visually, is this positive, negative, 0, undefined slope? Well, I'm going down, left to right, negative slope right here. So again, we need 2 points on the line. Let's pick 2 nice ones. I see right here and right here that are nice. And okay, my vertical change from here to here I need to go. Oh, I went down 2, and then I'm going this way, positive 3. So it's my rise over my run. Again, I'm going to say this is in feet, and this is in feet right here. So my slope is, I went my vertical, negative 2 feet, and 3 feet for horizontally. So anytime I dropped 2 feet, I went 3 feet horizontally right here. That's what this means in terms of slope in this case. So you could just say my slope is negative 2/3 right here for this specific line. And just to recap, just if you have to pause the video, these are all synonyms of what slope is. But pay attention to this because you want to know that it's a rate of change.